Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. I did not come back to the model table yesterday afternoon or evening. Everything's pretty much the same as the way we left it. Okay, I'm not going to dub it in, but I did go out on my e-bike and then later on the scooter yesterday afternoon. The weather held, just barely. I was outside talking to my neighbor this morning and he used the S word, snow. Yeah, forget when he said it was coming, but he indicated that he had seen in the weather report that we might be getting snow soon. Okay. The plan for today is I want to drag the spray booth over here a little bit closer and reset up and get the turrets painted to 19 so that we can get our life rafts glued on the sides. And then I think I'll probably paint the deck. I think it was the 77 we were painting the deck. Well, we'll worry about that when we get to it. As for the sunrise this morning, there was no sunrise that you could see. It was really dark and gloomy when our friends Don and Bridget came through. You hardly make them out. Yeah, the night vision camera was going, and I'm trying not to get depressed here, but when it's dark and gloomy and cold and damp, yeah, well, we got the model table to keep us happy, right? I better start doing something about that 1/48 scale submarine that I want to get, or all of a sudden we're going to be done the Iowa and I'm not going to have anything in my stash. So I better start thinking about that. Last I checked, there was one here in Winnipeg again. So maybe it's still here, maybe it isn't. And if it isn't, well, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, let's grab our spray booth and drag it over here a little closer and get the airbrush going again and get some 19 on these pieces. Once again, life got in the way of the model table. And I had to do some stuff outside. And, okay. What I've done is I've thinned out this 19 here a little bit. I'm guessing it's, I don't know if you would call it 50-50, but it's thinned out to just about that much. And, I was going to check my air pressure. I think I had too much pressure last time. So, what do we got going on here? It looks like it about 12 pounds. We'll give that a whirl. Did I turn this on or did I turn it off? I guess I turned it off. I have this terrible feeling like I've forgotten to do something that's important, but I can't think of what it is at the moment. Now, it's going to be really difficult to see where I painted and where I haven't here. And the reason being is that this is almost exactly the same color as what the plastic is, so I'm just going to have to watch, you know, when it starts to pool. I want to get the inside of these little square boxes as well. And the idea of the rotator is not I'm not going to have it rotating like this automatically. I just want to have it here so it's going to, when I swing around and zoom in, I know that I'm going to be in the field of view. I say that every time, but just in case there happens to be somebody who's watching for the first time, you might say. Now, I want to be able to put this in place here. Now, to get these off of there, I'm not going to be able, once it's painted, I can't pick it up like this. So I'm going to use my scissors here to just sort of get underneath. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, are we ready to boogie here? Get our fan going. Get ourselves swung around. And is zoomed in. Let's do a test here. Oh my, I've got it way too thinned out. Maybe I better decrease the pressure here a little bit. That is terrible. Well, the only thing I can hope is that when it dries, look, I've completely lost the detail on the bottom of that flange that's sticking out of the bottom there. Maybe I had the airbrush a little bit too close. Maybe I should be further back. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to try a different tactic here. Instead of pulling the needle all the way out, I'm just going to pull it partially out here. Well, that first one did not go well. We'll let that dry. Probably going to take us, I would say, overnight. I'm not gonna force dry it because I want to give it a chance to shrink here. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's no use complaining about it now. I think I got most of this one. It's some places it might be just sort of misted on, and other places it might be a little bit too heavy. We'll let it dry, and then we'll do down inside the bottom of the platform there. Okay. This is the third time this week that I've had to fill up the bird feeder. I guess our little feathered friends are fattening themselves up to go south. At least that's what I'm thinking. Don't see too many of them hanging around in the wintertime, although there are sparrows in the wintertime. Little tiny sparrows. It's amazing they can live in the winter here, but they do. Anyway, at least I think they're sparrows. Anyway, let's get back to the model table. Okay, our airbrush is all cleaned up and put back together. And here's what's happened. When I was blowing out with a high pressure hose, like I have a nozzle here that I use, and when I was blowing it out, twice before there was a little O-ring in there. And the first time I blew it out, I found it. Second time I found it. And now this time, so then what I started doing was, I started having the nozzle, instead of sticking it right up close, I kept it back about 6 inches or so. So today I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my thumb over the top of the thing, and that'll keep the O-ring from popping out. Well, I guess the pressure, it just sort of it just spit the thing out of there, and I don't know where it is. It could have gone clean across the room and be over by the window for all I know. So I may not be able to find it, and I'm thinking, now what am I going to do? Because I know you don't have to get spares of those. It was you can sort of see one O-ring right there. It was smaller than that. It doesn't matter. We're going to be able to do something here with it, I think. So what I'm going to do here is take some of this this plumber's tape, and this is going to be a nuisance, but at least now my airbrush is not going to be, you might say, ruined. So wonder if I should maybe be splitting this down the middle here. Okay, now I don't want this silicone tape to be going down on the inside. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to split this and make a little, a very thin, probably about a third the width of this, and then get it around those threads. And the idea is so that when you screw the cup in here, it's not going to leak over the edges and make a big mess. That's all the O-ring does. Just keeps it from leaking. Now it's possible that it might work anyway, but I don't think it'll seal that tight. I mean, why else would there be an O-ring there? On the other hand, maybe it would. Maybe I should try it. Yeah, maybe I should try it first, and then in the meantime, maybe I'll be lucky and I'll find the O-ring a third time. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know. If I find it, I'll let you know. And these parts here now, it's probably about an hour ago that I painted this, and they are starting to dry. I forget which one it was that got so terribly. Oh, it's this one. It's not dry yet. You can see it's still wet, but I am beginning to see the detail there. So we'll see what happens when it dries. Tomorrow morning. We'll check it tomorrow morning. Okay. Anyway, for sure it won't leak now. Yeah, I know that looks awful, doesn't it? And it means that I'm going to have to redo this every time I finish cleaning out the airbrush. But I really like this airbrush. I really like it. I do sort of see blue sky in places outside. Every once in a while it looks like it's going to clear up. We'll see what happens this afternoon. Maybe I'll get out again. Okay, we are going to have to wait for the paint to dry before we try to put the ladders on and the life rafts and so on. Yeah, I'm seeing more and more of the detail. I know I'm getting in too close and it's probably blurring out on you, but I think we're probably going to get away with that mess that I made. Yeah, that was terrible. I'm going to try not to do that again. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits for today, and we'll go at it again later. Most likely tomorrow morning. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.